feel like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast when you do what you want. I guess I'm doing what I want. Hope you doing what.
Hey y'all, how you guys doing? I know I look cute today. My boyfriend was like, please just install a wig and just look cute for me. I was at home and we were home together. He was working from home and I just didn't have appointments today, so I was just at home. And I don't know if I actually spoke about this and enough people heard, but like I am starting a candle business, but I'm still in my testing phase, so I'm not yet like properly like selling the candles and whatnots. But let me just show you a cute candle that I made. And I made this candle for the car because before we even got this car, like I had been watching TikToks about like putting a candle in your car, and this was like way back, like a long time ago. So I made a candle just to test the scent through before I even burn it, and it's just gonna cure while it's in the car because I just made it today. That's what I spent the whole morning doing. So let me just briefly show you the candle. This is a strawberry and vanilla candle. Look at all of these. This is like 100% candle wax. It's a 3-wick candle. I'm gonna burn it after like a week because it has to cure for like about a week or two so that it doesn't waste away when it burns. But for now, I just want the scent of the candle to fill up the car because we are supposed to go get the car washed today. We're going by Zindoga to just go buy food. And then we're gonna get the car washed. And then obviously I will be expecting this baby to fill up the car with a nice scent that is organic. I didn't want to have thingies hanging from the car. I just feel like it's so cliche. So I want to try see how my candle smells before it's even lit. It smells so good right now when it's close to my nose, but I want it to cure, and like I just want to see Gucci. Also, when the temperatures get hot, when it melts in the car, does the scent like, you know, fill up the car. But yeah, this is the candle that I made. It is a strawberry and vanilla type candle, and it also has like a coconutty scent. And I made everything from scratch. Like everything as it is right now is what I made from scratch. So yeah, I feel like I'm so happy to be able to do certain things and also just able to go certain places that I never was going before, because prior to this car being there, we would not go anywhere. We would probably just take a walk to the shops, buy chips by the shops, buy something close by, come back home, chill and relax. But today we get to be going somewhere, which is exciting. And obviously yeah, we will also explain in detail about this car, because obviously I'm just talking about this candle and whatnot and all this shit about this candle, but like I love this candle so much. So good. So we're going to Zindoka right now with my boyfriend. Yeah, he looks cute. You look cute.
Thank you.
Yeah, he looks cute. Yeah, this is actually one of my fantasies. Let me just show you guys. With him when I was going to work. So I use this dashboard to keep my perfume. I'll ride fresh. I see most of my clients doing it when I was to work before I had a car, so yeah, I'm gonna ride fresh.
Right.
I ride fresh. Man, it's not making the car smell fresh. I smell.
No, it does smell fresh. I'm not gonna deny that. It's just.
Talking about drink it too. Did you like the candle?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, no, I saw it. I saw it.
So this is gonna be the second time that we go to Zindoga, but this time with a car, because we once went with combis. I was like, on a Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, we once went with combis and we were just chilling and wada. But this is gonna be a very nice experience, I think, because I wanna go back to all the places that we were going to without transportation, so I can just re-experience them in a different way. I don't know and I don't care if it's dramatic to anyone else who's like watching this and like, this is just so much drama, but like for me this is like a very big achievement with my man. So yeah. He's upset because I'm making him go open the gate. I don't know what made him think that I was gonna go and open the gate, because I am in my passenger princess era, and that is just me sitting over here and watching him bend over and open the gate and take me to where we're going. So we're eating outside because the car's getting lunch, but this is what we're having. I was having a hunter. I just finished my lunch. Just having liquid fruit. How holy. Okay, it's supposed to give me other hunters, but yeah, this is what we're gonna have together. All the candles.
Oh, on your hands. Funny thing is, we did record this before, and then the audio was bad. So to have to redo it, obviously, then there were like a lot of emotions and stuff because we recorded it like just when things had happened,
Right.
you know. But we'll try and pretend like we have the same emotions, if that makes sense. Oh shoot, I left the case open. Let me go close the gate.
Go close the gate and then
No,
we'll
actually,
start.
no, don't stop it. You tell him a bit. Let me know where you left off, and then
Okay.
I'll come back. So hold 2 mics.
Okay. Basically, this story starts off last year. This was okay. It actually starts off like 2 years ago. My boyfriend bought a car 2 years ago, and the car that he bought was not a good car. It was dead, so he had to sell that car, and then he just didn't have a car at that point in time. And this was something that affected him for a very long time, up until last year in August again, when it was his birthday again, and then he decided, you know what, we have to save for a car. And of course, I agreed because I saw how much that was going to benefit the both of us, especially with commuting. Because at that point, we had just moved to this side, and this side, it's a bit tricky to commute because you have to walk like about an 8-minute distance to catch the bus stop, and then you have to wait for like a longer time. And most of the combis are not friendly bus stop Mbari as compared to town. And also the side of town that we're being dropped off was like Copacabana side, and my boyfriend works 4th side, and I also work 7th. So we'd have to walk in town to go all the way up to 4th, and I would get a combi to work, and then that's when he would get to work. So we were like, you know what, at this point, we need to have a mobility situation figured out. So basically, we start off with a tin, and obviously, you know how people are like, a tin does not work, a tin does not work. But honestly, I actually came to realize that it's all about financial discipline. It's got nothing to do with like where you're saving your money, but it's about, are you disciplined enough to respect where you're putting your money. So we just chose to just have a savings tin, like a savings jar. It's in there and looting one town. I know Furika pass. I know Furika pass.
Anyway.
Yeah. So it started with my boyfriend saving. I was not really on that path at that time. I don't know why, but I was just not really like mentally there. And the more and more that he kept on putting money, I ended up being like, let me join, because now I was also making money, and I was like, I won't see where this money is gonna go, because people are going my perfume and my food and you guys, you need to go to cash and carry, get this lotion, get this down. Look where
Scrub.
what's gonna be like
I can see it here. You know. Abanduzona.
But here what food in them taking up to my perfume
Nah, I'm not complaining. Actually, while it's your own perfumes, there is something that I'm actually smelling over here. You know, nice flow.
You like it? And now we
smells good. I wish you guys could smell it through the camera, but they can't.
I wish you guys could.
This is like one of the things that she's working on currently. So, once it's
it
off
smells
the ground,
good. You like it?
Yeah, it does. It smells.
So basically, we're just gonna like the thing is, we're just gonna be lighting it up whilst we're in the car, and then we switch it off. But we have to leave it on for like 3 hours. So we have to chill in here for like about 3 hours, because you cannot switch off a candle while it's doing this thing, so that it's leveled. It won't be cool.
I mean, we can leave the car, but
no, we cannot leave the candle in the car.
Yeah, I was thinking of blowing it
up. So anyway, we're saving money, and this money is accumulating. And then we get to, the thing was, Maria Choka Yanga Chuanda, but deadline at Chicago was too short, because we were like 2024 after no pirata tisina mode. So it started to save aside. Obviously, there were a bit of hurdles here and there, like a washing machine, and it's still working. Because
washing machine ichinesa zvonere handisi
okay,
but atanga
fine, it works perfectly, exactly. But I'm just saying, but then
pamaperfume. But anyway, it's fine. Finish your point.
But then, we just got to the point where we're just like, let's respect this amount of money because we also need to get curtains for the house that we're staying in because
I don't go
but literally, that's the curtain that we carried from when we were still staying back in Hillside.
I know Spider-Man too. You know that meme, Pano Batra when he saves the train, and then another like Maskaka Baruka, like his costume looking all crazy. That's the curtain right now when it sees us buying things.
Wait, what about when it saw us coming with this card was just like, so you guys could not just remove $50, but we could not. Period. So anyway, we are saving. And then my co-worker is like, there is a round that we're playing $200 a month. And the amount of money that this round was going to give us a lump sum was going to double the amount that we were already saving. So we're like, great. I was really interested, but my boyfriend was very skeptical about it because his mom has been scammed in rounds before, and he's like, I don't really trust the stuff.
A lot of people have been scammed, man. A lot of people have been scammed, if we're being honest.
But I had to nyangirira him, and then, he did eventually come around, and then we get into this round, and we start putting the money towards it. So we were going to get our payout in December, the 1st of December. So we were on a rush. We have to match the amount that we're getting by the 1st of December, and we managed to do that. And we actually surpassed the amount. And then came the part of now looking for the car. And if I tell you that part was stressful, it was stressful for me, and I wasn't even doing that much. He was literally doing the whole entire runaround and whatnot, and he really got to experience everything. So I'm gonna drop the story here and let you take it from there because I was only just coming on site when you're like, "Oh, I saw something. We're going with a mechanic, whatever." So let's pick it up from there.
Alright, so basically, ever since December started, in fact, before December started, like I was just surfing the web, obviously mostly on Facebook Market. Excuse me, my voice is going away. So, around the time when I was looking for a car, there were specific cars that we were looking for, obviously like fuel savers, because we didn't want at least 2 of them are still burning, so that's fine. It's okay, but still, anyway, I guess I was describing what happened in December. So, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace. We're looking specifically for like fuel savers, like my Honda Fit, my Nissan March, Paso, those kinds of cars. So I would like guys, motor especially if the budget is a bit iffy, because also the thing is, even when you're something, there's always somebody who feels like your money is not enough, and I felt the full wrath of that, like for majority of December, because you'd go and see a car, and then pricing gets touted, papo. So no sangana it just doesn't make sense, Some of these cars, like you see a nice picture, like everything looks good, the paint is great, the inside is amazing. You ask them, is everything okay? Everything is okay. What happens? Get on site, the paint is bad. The condition of the car, like on the inside, is terrible. Something like Mutero, Mutero is like gone, there's nothing. And I'm like,
with how there's so many police officers right now in town.
Up to date, 2021. Takatarisa pauya apa nikaona pa screen pakanzi 2021. Ndikati kwetu vanga akatiti inoita yebo. Ngerechi October. Easy. Anyway, so I looked at a lot of cars. I just drove like a lot of cars, like my Paso, my March, you name it, like a lot of cars, just to try and see if they would fit. Like a lot of them were okay-ish, but most of them had like sunburn and whatever. And for me, I was kind of overlooking it because I was like, maybe eventually we'll repaint it. But then you were like, nah, we can't have a car.
Honestly, guys, when I was looking for a car, I was like, I don't want to be walking around in a ramshackle. And stuff about them to do a motor. I just wanted a car that was just nice from the inside out. And I was not looking for anything fancy. I was not looking for a logo. Like, is it a Benz? Is it a BMW? Is it a what? I just wanted a nice, clean, neat car that can get us from point A to point B.
Exactly.
And if I put $20 fuel, I'm secure for a bit of a long time. So that was what I was really wanting. I was not like on some we need a fancy car. We want people to see us, because when you're in traffic, people don't really give a fuck what car you're driving. As long as you just get there quicker than what you're expecting to.
But anyways, so we came across, like I said, a lot of cars. Now you can smell it. Guys, this aroma here, this candle is actually quite nice. I wish you could smell it, but unfortunately you can't.
I'll be studying my line in February, so that you can tell your boyfriends to buy them for you for Valentine's. If he loves you, he'll buy you a nice candle, and Abel will come and deliver it to you.
But yeah. So anyways, at some point I came across a particular car. I go all the way to Southley Park, for those people who know. Southridge, this when I was getting there, Papa Tony saying that in Zarari, as 10K, so I knew I was outside that. It was literally per age, pepe. They wait to get. So, but anyway, yeah. So I get there on site. I see the car. The car looks nice on the inside and the outside. I start the car. Sounds nice. Everything's good. So I tell the guy, let me do a test drive. Get in the car. I drive the car and got in up a highway. I was driving everything was cool. Of course, yes, I did see a couple, lights on the dashboard, but we did check like a machine and whatever. And it seemed like things were minor. Cool. So I then consult with a particular mechanic. I'm gonna call this guy Mechanic A. Mechanic A is the person that I had been going to see cars with all this time in December. Now, bear in mind, most of the time, and he wanted us to buy this ugly looking ramshackle of a Benz and the weirdest part was when they were trying to sell us when they were trying to sell us the car, they were like, those guys were checking. So my boyfriend says, fine, fix those things and then sell the car to me. Then they're like, and I'm like, that for me already was like a concern, because I was like, why every time you can fix it at a certain fee. I'm like, fix it, then I'll just give you that fee. Every time that we keep on going to look at a car or whatever, we just keep on circling back to that same Benz. I was just like, this mechanic. 3 piston, 2 piston, 1 piston, 4 piston. I don't know what the fuck that means, but they just kept on playing around those things like 3 piston. And I felt like it was hectic, and I think unfortunately in the moment, you're seeking help, so it's not like you can easily say no, don't help me, let me find someone else to help me. But I think in the situation I was like, since now let me just go with it. So anyway, I consult him. I'm like, this is what I found. He says, if that's the case, then it's fine, you can take it. I'm like, fine. I negotiate with the guy, we get to a certain price. Cool. We drive all the way to my place. I get cash. We go Kuji, commissioner, do or whatever paperwork. I'm at work. I was not there. Yeah, I guess an important detail that I left out. When I was finalizing all these things, at some point I texted her to tell her that I found something. But I hadn't told her, but I told her I found something. But she hadn't responded. I called her. She was not answering. I guess I got busy. It's fine. It's fine. I get it. I called. I texted. But no response. I'm thinking, all right, cool. I managed to negotiate this car to like a really good price. Should I then now leave that negotiated to a good price? I'm like, let me just bite the bullet because everything else seems cool. I finalize the deal and whatever. I get the car. Drive home. I change my clothes. I go to my barber. Get my haircut. Everything's fine. I'm cruising, right? Bear in mind, this time I still haven't told her that I just bought the car. Go to my barber, get my haircut. Now I'm on my way back to town because I'm texting her and I'm like, babe, let me know when you're about to leave so that I can come pick you up. She's like, it's cool, no goods. I'm like, fine. I'm on the way. Now I don't pick up a showground up. I start hearing a funny sound. I'm like, what's going on? So when I heard the sound, this was like when I was stepping on the accelerator. So I leave the accelerator and I still hear that sound. I'm concerned, but I'm like, the car was working all this time. So it's probably no biggie. As I get on my robots, showground, the car just goes off. Guys, if I tell you the kind of stress and feel in that moment, but in the moment I was just like, nah, man. I was like, I can't believe this. Like, how do I even explain that to you in the first place? Let me give you guys my POV. Take over, stress when it. So at this point in time, I'm done working, and I'm like, I'm finished work, and he's like, can I get you an in drive from town to showground?
And I'm like, okay, so he's like he said, he's told me that he's seen something that he likes.
Mhm.
And I'm like, send me pictures. So I think network was bad because I was so impatient. I really wanted to see the pictures of the car and whatnot. He sent me the pictures. The car looks clean, beautiful, like what I'm wanting. It's a nice, small, clean, neat, fuel saver car. Fair and fine.
Yeah.
So the in drive is taking long to come, and I'm just thinking, in driving, it's gonna be the last time that I even gonna need an in drive. I ain't gonna need none of these stupid ass combis.
Wow.
None of these people. I'm not gonna have nobody
Wow.
rubbing their shoulder, sweaty armpit on my shoulder after I've sprayed my $20 perfume. And they like, it was a lot of stuff that was just going through my head. I was just thinking about like how life is just gonna be different because I was like, I'm going there to just be like, yes, I want this one.
Yeah.
So the in drive comes, I get there. And the car is parked by the side of the road, and there's another car in front.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that I'm arriving, and there's the owner of the car is there, and the deal is yet to happen. Tell me why when I arrived there, my boyfriend is like, I already sealed the deal, and the car, yangu nyarara,
Let me stop
and
you right
that mechanic A is there. That's that mechanic pissed me off. You know, a mechanic who says things is stupid, like he's there and he's doing things in like the front part of the
He's
car, and I'm
fiddling with
thinking
the stuff like in the front bonnet, but
making phone calls, and
yeah.
I'm thinking that this isn't something minor because my boyfriend was like, maybe there's something that can just be fixed. Like
I
we can just
also
get
thought it
home
was something
and then
minor.
we also check. Does not come and say, "Ha, nothing her body on wheels when me talk to that refund, talk to that money back," and very much I have no idea what the fuck is going on because I'm just like I just arrived, like.
Same time, I'm stressed too because now I'm also hearing these things for the first time. Actually,
Right.
I think body on wheels. Now I'm thinking body on wheels, but like, what are you talking about?
Mechanic because the thing was there was a mechanic
That was also like
was also
there as
there,
well.
part of the deal. So I'm like, who can't do that now? Tell anybody the motor. The mechanic. Guys, we were by the side of the road by showground from around 7 up until like 10 p.m. And this mechanic A had the audacity to then call his friend to come. This friend who feels like he knows so much about cars and he's like, you should have, the one who was trying to sell us the Benz. Hey, Benz last Benz kafa. And
There's just a lot wrong with that car. So, honestly speaking, had I gone through and purchased that car, if you think with the car that we then eventually got was stressful, that one was going to make us
be more stressful because the money to fix things was going to be so much
let me
more.
try and put it in simple terms. Wakandu Zakuti when I was accelerating, hands unotsika beach and ugozo katsikisa. Inugula stuck per floor. Nigga stuck per floor. She chakwanza drive. The brakes were bad. Like I had to step on them 3 times.
See, it has got like any more conditions. Kugara paside peroda alright kuzosvika papoindi yekuzodhonzwa mota yakaiswa tumasigeti wakaita kusunganidzwa patadhonzwa patasvika komba. We felt so defeated.
That night was terrible.
Mota haisi kufamba ende munhu wacho akatengesera haasi kuda kuti mutibatsira apa iye mechanic A ari kushandisa kuda engine nyowani. Engine ndo mota kwakufonera munhu wakachikwanisa engine $650 apa
takafunga kuti 650
Christmas.
yeah,
like the day before market. Like if you then saw us at the market here, the 20.
where we wore they saw the video with the Brazil tops.
The previous one, that was the day before that shit happened. And it's like we had planned that market. We're gonna go in our car.
It was gonna be vibes. Babe, remember, Kuti, we had 2 plans on Sunday. We were supposed to do market, we were supposed to do fiesta, we were supposed to do many things afterwards. But guys, if I tell you my plans, yeah, it's not gonna go far. So I say instantly.
Don't worry. We'll look for another opinion.
Yeah.
Facebook. For engine overall, it's cheap. There's no semi quotation for like $600. I'm thinking, and I'm like, we're literally approaching January.
Banana
Rent to pay, a lot of stuff, and like the round that we were playing for the car is still ongoing.
It's due.
It's due, and you cannot make an excuse for a round. No one feels pity for you. Once you get into a round, you've legally bound yourself with something that you're supposed to be faithful to.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
That was bad, guys. It was bad. But anyways, we then looked around. So I then had to go. There's like a transfer close to where we stay. So I went there, asked, is there somebody I can like speak to? My car is say it's not starting. That's all it wasn't doing. Everything else was working, but it just wasn't starting right. So he's like, no, Chi, I'll give you the number of this guy. This guy will definitely sort you out. I called the guy later on. He's like, cool, I'm just going to come by your house and just assess the car. Tell me why. Akawuya. Akaona motor within 5 minutes. I got to I've already seen what the issue is. I'm going to come back and then we're going to get the part to Kudiwa. Then we're going to fix it and then the car's going to work. Inini, I was feeling skeptical because I was like, tell the guys vakaswera vachitira squeeter. So already you can imagine my faith was low when it came to this. But I was like, you know what? Let's just bite the bullet and see. So it comes through next day. We give him the money, actually the part, he buys the part, puts the part in the motor and I go moke.
Atenga part motor benza chifukwa utafuna tobudisa engine kubuda mari. You know how much it is to take an engine and put it back. It's not small money.
No, I'm just like, all right, more money. What also is the guarantee you take a budisa engine?
Like, Zimbabwe, yes, I just lost hope.
I remember that day like it was yesterday because what happened was when we went to even fix the initial thing, it's just a vintage guys. I went with the car like 10-11 Maxine. I thought I was gonna drive back with the car, so I didn't carry food, didn't carry nothing. Like 10-11. Like by Coco. 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Family talk. Because more than another thing, and I walk. That by Papa, Nana by Papa, that old one, she, married. And I'm like, hey. Obviously, I go and relay the message to her. She's even more stressed now because she's like, more money. What guarantee
God,
do
are
we
you
have?
wearing my ring?
Yeah.
I was looking for it.
Magic operation. They figure because when I said, I was like, where is it? What's wrong with it?
That's the finger. I do.
Yeah, let's leave it like this. You gotta go.
Why are you not giving?
Well, anyway, so the family talker, I tell you about the money. Yes. So anyway, I tell you about the money. Obviously, stressed about it, and it was a very hard time, if I'm being honest. Because imagine having to tell someone else, we're trying something, we're spending money, but still we're not seeing results. And obviously, this is stressing us out because we're like, how can we keep on spending money and still nothing? Pakuda rent, pakuda bills, pakuda transport, kupinda town, pakungoda some small nitty gritty stuff. Zviramba, But I spoke to the mechanic. I told him, look, these things are tough because January is just starting. But if he can take out the engine and then see what it is, and then let us know, maybe we can start from there. Fortunately, he was understanding and he's like, cool, I'll just do that. Takes out the engine, sees what the thing is. So apparently our flywheel, which acts as like a clutch for like my automatic cars, so it helps with the starting of the car, and also I think it also helps changing gears. Hey, my mechanic is I'm only speaking on what I was told. But anyway, yeah, the flywheel was damaged. So I don't know how that happened, but yeah. So anyway, he's like, those should not replace one. So it's gonna cost you 150. I'm like, hey, Pani flywheel. Okay, fine. Then I tried to ask him. I was like, well, are you able to get the flywheel where you said the engines go just go on? He's like, unfortunately for the flywheel you actually have to buy it because I'm sitting in denial. So at that point, we were like, it's fine. Let's just try and see what we can do. And then somebody here had to grind their ass off just to get that money.
Work my ass off
Because babe, tell them how thick the tension was in the house for what was it? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Guys,
guys.
It was tense because for me, I was in that mindset of putting. I did not participate in buying this car. I was not consulted about it. I saved money towards it. It's not moving. So you're to blame for this.
Yeah.
And he's there on some, I'm sorry. But he's also depressed just as much as I am.
Because I'm like, I made a big purchase.
Me for sorry every single time. And then it just got to the point where I did confide in my older sister. My older sister was like, look, you guys are both facing this shit together.
Yeah.
The fact that you don't live alone, the fact that you guys decided to come together, the fact that this is both of you guys' car, if you choose not to do it, I mean, and besides, like, what's the point of it being a relationship if you don't want to be there
come
for each
together
other and
help each other?
Because for me, I also had to go back to a time when I was working in town, I joined around and it was $50 a month. There were weeks, $50 a week.
Week,
There
yeah.
were weeks when I didn't even have the $50. I would be sweating in that house, thinking about it. Mangwana Friday, in fact, my boyfriend was there for me throughout. He would give me the $50 and not even ask for it back. So it just got to that point where I was just like, you know what, fuck this shit. I have to grind. I have to get this $100 and get this coffee.
Yeah.
And we have to move forward from it because it was either to be doing this for sick money. Because obviously, can I
That was going to be a terrible thing. That was going to be a terrible thing.
na 1.2 kamota kako kawatenga maybe for like 3k. Then also go na katopa road katobo. Iyo tuzokatengesa kana 3k yacho yawakatenga nayo because you were just too rash with your decisions. So yeah, I had to work my ass off, and I was just like, you know what? Here's the money for the flywheel, babe. Let's get things rolling. Let's see what's gonna happen. So what happened after that?
So obviously I go see the mechanic, I tell him, but before I actually give him the money, ndakangompo ka look go to man, sisha sanvarisha. Please, ndikakupo mari ikaiplaiwa ngaisa flywheel ngoda ngaimuki because ndega mari toripo and ndikati mchewa chime ngada madam badeni atone stress. Sainini the moment anongokupa mari yobva wadaidai zoramba ka anokwarantini waiza because ndini ndati it was gonna look bad. Like I really had to tell him just how bad that situation was, because if I didn't tell him just how serious things were, I don't know. Yeah, but I gave him the money. Took him about two or so days to like look for the part. Gets the part, installs the part. Now comes time to see if things worked. Hey,
I was supposed to put that part on Monday.
Do
you not call and say to my boyfriend and send him Botanga and I don't know
anxiety sangeya kundiita guys. Unoziva kuti wapa munhu mari waane mahopes ekuti pangashaita but zviri kuramba, because like I mean obviously I understand, obviously like I was asking him to work on it as a favor because I hadn't given them his full amount, so I get that. But at the same time, like I was anxious because it had been like about 3 weeks, trying to get this thing moving, but Chiramba, and man, mentally I was distraught. I didn't even know how to handle it, but somehow I had to pray and just try and calm myself down. Anyway, eventually he puts the part in. This is Monday Manero. So Monday Manero, we go to the mechanic. We get there.
This is
Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? No. It was Monday. Monday Manero. So we see the car. Guys, and I'm like, thank God, all those salutations, because I was so happy. It was a sigh of relief because now I was like, now don't go doctor anymore. Then the mechanic's like, remember what all night goes around with it, comes back. Hey, wanted to find out everything is cool. She hadn't seen him moving, so she was like, baby, it worked out. I'm like, yes, it did, and it did work out at that time, And then he comes back, he's like, guys, what am I gonna happen to him? I'm like, wait, as he wants his money right now. I was stressed. I didn't know what he was talking about. Like, hey, so even though like ukatsika, like accelerator is over tanga money and whatever. I'm like, hey, another problem. Then he's like, alright, so good you just need to buy like ATF fluid, which is like transmission fluid, and it. I'm like, hey, Mari, it's $30. $30, yes, in general it's not a lot of money. But I'm married at the time. So I'm like, then $30. But anyway, I was just like, it's fine. I went to her, I told her, and then she gave me the money. I gave him the mechanic. He's like, cool. Like,
I think in that moment,
okay.
Because I had it and
yeah.
Because I know that as women we tend to be like, I always not have money because the man is supposed to have money.
Yeah.
But I feel like in situations like this, I could not do that because I was like, this is our car. Like indika chinuka.
Yeah. It just goes to waste basically. Yeah, that makes sense. But anyway, so Tuesday comes around. Later on, like after work, I then go to see if the car is actually working. I get there, it tells me the car is fine. Just be on the lookout. If you hear any funny sounds, let me know. Those are weird. Check out Zulu. Hey, but I get there, I see the car's moving. I'm like, fine. I send her a text. I'm like, babe, I'm on my way to come pick you up. She thought I was lying, or so I
because it's like, I'm on my way.
Yeah, actually, I just said I'm on my way. I'll see you, my man. She didn't know what I meant. So I'm driving. Bear in mind, as I'm getting there, and she still doesn't know. And I'm thinking, I'm like, if I go to exactly where her workplace is, she's gonna know. So let me just tell her to meet me like somewhere Pangori Shade. Somewhere by City too suspicious, but by City too obvious also. So I park somewhere. And then I'm just like, actually, I'm speaking with someone, so just come through she and see me there for a bit. She's like, cool. I spent something chaotic. I'm like, I'll tell you what we. Then, but when she gets there, she sees the car is there. She's like, how's the car? He has your doors. I'm like, no, the car's working. Everything's good. We're good now, And then from there, I guess, we took our first drive with the car, filled it up, went back to your workplace.
Took my bag.
Got your stuff.
Went to his workplace. We went to go get his bag.
Took my
I called my
stuff.
sister because she's the only person I first told, like my older sister and my friend Gabby. I'm like, yes, the car's now
This
moved.
year, people to tell us.
I only had those people at that point because I was like, I don't want to tell too many people because it was really depressing, and I feel like sometimes you don't know like
who's rooting for you as well.
At that time, is that person really there to comfort you? Watching
Yeah.
But I'm really grateful for those two people because my sister was there to comfort me and to guide me throughout the whole process.
Yeah.
And then there was Gabby who was just there, and she's like, "Girl, this car's gonna wake up and you need to go get your license."
Yeah.
2025.
Now you need to.
And now I'm actually more.
In fact, Milton, you don't want to
I don't want to sit there yet. I want to stay when I have my license.
But anyway, it's fine. So yeah, we had a first drive. We drove home. With the Shambas Oganaka, same thing. We went around for a couple of days. So, right now, obviously, the car is performing well. There may be a few things just without our attention, but
we're just enjoying it.
Yeah, we're able to just do small little things.
This is gonna be funny, but the first time that we ever discovered Wacky Wednesday yesterday was yesterday.
Crazy, huh?
I think now I've come to realize how when you are not mobile, you are so excluded from a lot of things that happen.
Not necessarily Wacky Wednesdays, but just other things.
Generally, there's so much stuff that can happen around you, but you miss out on it because of the fact that you cannot get to that place at that particular time when you need to be there.
Yeah.
And that's also why even for December there was not that much content as well as November. It was a very depressing time for us, and I just felt like we didn't want to come on our platform and feel like we were trying to seek sympathy and have you guys feel pity for us. We were just like, let's figure out this shit, get ourselves out of this mess, and then we can talk about it as a story at a later stage and let people know that this is what happened and this is the solution, because I didn't want to be depressed. I didn't want to put myself in a situation where you're facing a problem and all that people can see when they look at you is the problem
that you're currently going through. Yeah, which is true.
Yeah, that's basically how we just end up in this position. We're now mobile. We're just enjoying. We're just trying to see like potential places to go to, potential things to do, and whatnot. And I'm really happy because in terms of my business, it's helped a lot. Nothing was more frustrating, babe, than me getting to work after the famba from Chinoi now beyond no Butterford and then Dozoenda Kubasa. Then I have to start doing an appointment. Why famba to and from?
To and from. Every day.
Every single day. And imagine you're tired from that. You need to come home, you need to cook, you need to clean. Tomorrow you need to wake up, you've got an appointment at 8. You get there by past 8. You're still tired, you're still out of breath. You have to start doing the nails then because you've got someone who's following after them. It's like this car for me is really something that's really gonna help even in terms of my business, in terms of content that we're gonna be giving you guys, because now we can be in certain places and to give you guys good quality content, and now we can just really move on and see what else we're going to be prioritizing this year. Because as for 2024, I don't want to lie to you guys, that was one of the best years for me personally in a relationship.
I'd say it's the best year
so much.
Well, we did a lot. We did a lot together. I feel like it's so funny because now like we're about to reach like a year. It's like, if I think about it, like at that time there were certain things. Hey, it's just a fly, dog. Anyway, I was just gonna say, at that time, like sometime last year, right? We were speaking about certain things that we wanted to do in 2024, and all those things like seem like it's when it's over. Like, washing machine, it just seemed like a lot.
All those things in a year of living together, like for me, it's like, what
Mm-hmm.
other sign could I possibly need for
Yeah.
me to know that me and this person are compatible enough to
Mm-hmm.
when we come together,
We can
things
accomplish
just
anything.
go so well.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm very confident in my relationship. I'm very secure in my
Mm-hmm.
relationship. I'm very proud of everything that I've managed to do. I know
Mm-hmm.
that there are a lot of girls out there who judge me and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that you're building with a man. But girl, I will build with this man. And we will build and we will grow.
Yeah.
And you will watch us grow on this platform and
Mm-hmm.
become the people that we want to be for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just happy. I'm just grateful to God for this big milestone because having a car, being mobile car, is
Yeah.
something that is beautiful to have. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's something that anyone can achieve. It's all about
Yeah.
your personal financial discipline, especially if
Mm-hmm.
you're in the beauty industry or you're doing whatever you're doing. It's all
Mm-hmm.
about your discipline. And sometimes if you can't do it alone, like me, I know myself, if I was alone, I would not have been able to do many of the things that I've done.
You could have done it by
Babe,
yourself.
I wouldn't be able to do it by myself. You know me, I'm a very big spender. I
Yeah.
was thinking about
This is
wigs and whatnot at the time, but sadly, December I didn't even buy a wig. I didn't even buy clothes. I didn't do nothing because of
Mm-hmm.
the school. But
Yeah.
now I can buy my wig, know that nobody's gonna snatch them from me except for me
Oh, just snatch your own wig.
because I'm the only one who's able to snatch it now. There are no streakers that can.
Okay. Anyway, just to conclude the thing, there was a lot that was going on, like you said, November and December. November was like peak time when we were now trying to like gather the money to Kwane and whatever. And same time December, we're now like stressed with this whole looking for the car, getting the car, what else, all that. You've gotta like spend money on like Hama and all that stuff. So there was a lot going on, but fortunately, some of those things I guess we can say we're past them now, and we're just trying to move on. So as we are, getting into 2025, there's so much that we have in store, and we can't wait to be with you guys and share as much as we can as time goes on. So for me, that's about it really, because this video is getting along.
Yeah, this is a very long video, but
Getting
this
along.
is because a lot of explanation as to where we were.
Yeah, and why
And
we
we're
weren't on
supposed
the
to be
YouTube.
short, and now we're back.
Mhm.
And we're going to be giving you content every single time. And
Mhm.
we're at 5 minutes to 1000K. 1K. We are 5 minutes to 1K
1,000K.
subs. And
Why me?
we are truly grateful to you guys. And
Anyways, that's that. Thank you guys. We'll catch you in the next vlog.
thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
You too.